Is there a formula for developing self-control? We all know that one of the most essential indications of success is self-discipline. However, many people are unaware of the secrets of developing self-discipline. 1. Take control. You may find it difficult to make steady progress toward your ultimate aspirations while pursuing your goal. On some days, you're inundated with new and interesting options. On other days, you doubt your ambitions and doubt your ability. You're tempted to quit your goals and start something fresh for many reasons. But this is where a lot of folks go astray. The key to long-term self-discipline is to relinquish control of your path. In other words, you must limit the quantity of rash decisions and snap judgments that stand in the way of achieving your objectives. Create a thorough, long-term plan to do this. Your plan will keep you focused on your solitary aim as you make steady progress toward your objectives. Because you don't have to make decisions regarding the course of your life or career, you'll be able to resist unnecessary temptations and prevent impetuous detours. Those decisions were made for you by your previous self. So all you have to do now is stick to your plan, which will guide you in the proper route. Put your prior self in the driver's seat if you want to improve your self-discipline. Create a long-term strategy. Establish clear objectives and benchmarks. After that, let go of the steering wheel. That way, you can concentrate on getting things done rather than worrying about what to do next. 2. Make routines easier. Disciplined people reduce their daily routines to a few key habits and objectives, which gradually evolve into larger, long-term goals. Stop attempting to complete everything at once if you want to live a more disciplined life. Don't rush to meet your objectives or abruptly alter your departure strategy. These are shortcuts that will never provide you with the self-control you want. Instead, you should concentrate on small, doable habits that you can maintain on a daily basis. Attaining these objectives will not transform your life overnight. These simple, regular behaviors are the cornerstone of every disciplined practice. They are rarely transformative or glamorous. As a result, keep your habits basic and your expectations low, because being consistent is the key to living a more disciplined life. 3. Personal growth. There are a plethora of tips, tactics, and secrets that can assist you in being more disciplined. Some teachers advise you to plan out each and every minute of your day. Others encourage independent thought and innovation. But which path should you take? Which strategies have shown to be the most effective? The solution is straightforward. The strategies that work best for you are the most successful. There isn't anyone else. You, because everyone works in a different way. We all have various wake-up times. We visit various locations, interact with people, and come across various sources of inspiration. So, just because we are all different people, a set of methods that works for one person may not work for another. So, if you want to develop self-discipline, start by identifying your personality type. Because the more you understand about yourself, the easier it will be to develop a strategy that works for you. Consider your interests, learning styles, and timetable to get started. Consider the times of day when you are most productive, as well as the locations where you are most confident and concentrated. Each piece of information reduces the number of possibilities available to you. They help you get one step closer to developing a long-term routine that you can stick to for the rest of your life. So, take your time and discover everything you can about yourself. Experiment with various disciplinary approaches. Make a conscious effort to improve your daily habits, because a firm working knowledge of who you are is the key to long-term self-discipline. 4. Consistent positive reinforcement. In an ideal world, everyone might simply encourage themselves to attain their objectives. Motivation, on the other hand, is rarely that straightforward. Even if you know something is healthy for you, you may lack the self-control needed to take on new challenges or form new habits. That isn't to say you shouldn't try. Instead, you may and should rely on more fundamental motivational techniques. When self-control fails, have a backup plan in place to keep yourself functioning and your habits intact. Many people, for example, use positive reinforcement, sometimes known as a reward system, to remotivate themselves. You should offer yourself a little constructive reward when you do something nice, such as working for an hour or eating a healthy meal, to encourage your brain to repeat similar beneficial behaviors in the future. For example, you might feel more driven the next day to work or eat well in order to get the reward. This isn't a long-term answer for permanent self-control, but it can be a motivator when bad habits get the best of you. 5. Stick to the rules. Many people develop self-discipline by establishing personal goals that they strive to attain on a daily basis. A standard is a criterion or expectation that you set for yourself in order to attain a personal or professional goal. For example, if you want to advance in your career, you can set a high bar for yourself, which you can meet by working longer hours or sacrificing spare time. You could set a standard for your health or fitness outside of your job. You are meeting your requirements for a healthy, happy, and productive life every time you eat a healthy meal or take a walk around the neighborhood. These kinds of high standards can be extremely inspiring, but they only have worth if you handle them with respect. Because the most self-disciplined individuals treat their standards as if they were gold. Nothing is more beneficial to a disciplined person than fulfilling their high standards every day. As long as those criteria are followed, you may rest assured that your life is heading in the right way. You're well aware that you're constructing the life you desire. Not only will this give you confidence, but it will also instill in you an indomitable sense of self-discipline that you will carry with you for the rest of your life. 6. Be prepared for opposition. Many people are undisciplined because they underestimate the dedication and perseverance required to adopt a new habit or practice. Learning a new habit is never easy, no matter what anyone tells you. Why? Because you are nearly always the one who is standing in the way of your own achievement. You will find every excuse to avoid your new behaviors at first. You're going to procrastinate. You'll find a way to justify your actions. You will struggle to find inspiration, as everyone does at some point. These challenges are not only natural, but they are also necessary in order to develop long-term self-discipline. That is why the most disciplined people anticipate opposition. They anticipate problems and approach each challenge with the expectation that it will not go easily. Because, for the most part, it doesn't. Resistance does not have to equal failure if you are prepared for the worst. Because you can devise contingency plans and remedies to your slacker tendencies. Alternative strategies, such as positive reinforcement, might be used to urge yourself toward more constructive decisions. It's a basic fact that learning a new routine is never easy. You can always stay one step ahead if you anticipate resistance and problems. 7. Get rid of temptations. There are many temptations and time wasters in the world. There's no shortage of distractions waiting to grab your attention, thanks to media, technology, and chatty coworkers. You must exert willpower and self-control every time you come across a new distractor. However, your self-control will soon wear down, and the distractions will take over your life. So, why put yourself in such a risky situation? Place yourself in distraction-free areas, far away from temptations and time wasters. If you wish to live a more disciplined life, every time you avoid making a difficult decision, you save a little bit of willpower that you can use towards your work, routines, and passions. Living a more disciplined lifestyle is often determined by the events you face rather than the habits you develop. Seductive situations will always be tempting, no matter how much self-control you have. As a result, take a breather. Eliminate temptations from your surroundings. Self-control is much simpler when your environment is free of temptation. 8. Adaptive evolution. As time passes, you may see that your way of life has changed in unanticipated ways. The habits and rituals that once energized or challenged you have gradually become boring, ineffective, or obsolete. However, this is a natural emotion that even the most disciplined people experience. When you repeat the same habits for an extended period of time, they lose their luster. Something that once inspired you may no longer have the same worth now. That's why self-disciplined people let their routines change over time. For instance, you may notice that your previous routine was largely centered on your own image. Your image was very important to you at the time, and the prospect of social success encouraged you to make changes in your life. However, your priorities have evolved recently. Perhaps you achieved social success, or perhaps you discovered something more meaningful to you. Rather than chasing the same old goals, your daily routine should reflect your personal growth. To put it another way, your routines should evolve and improve in tandem with you. Don't be hesitant to take on new and unknown difficulties as you embark on new chapters in your life, because each new obstacle provides an opportunity for personal development, expansion, and contemplation. New habits may alter your viewpoint in unexpected ways, allowing you to grow as a person and discover new types of meaning in the world. So, develop new habits and acquire new techniques, because an effective, adaptable schedule should shift as frequently as you do.